Mischief Theater's The Play That Goes Wrong follows members of an amateur drama society whose production of a shoddy murder mystery goes riotously awry. So in today's pop poll, we asked the stars, what's the biggest thing that's gone wrong for you on stage?
Well, this has actually happened to me twice, but back when we were doing it in the pub, we had a fight sequence where I got thrown over a chaise longue, and as I got thrown over, my hand landed on the floor on a pillow, and it slipped out, and I dislocated my shoulder during the show, and we had to carry on without me. I was rushed to hospital, and at the end, the guy who came on to cover me for the little bit that I was in said, "Oh, can we give a round of applause to Dave because he's gone to hospital?" And the whole audience laughed, and everybody gave it a big round, and nobody left the theatre because they thought it was all part of the show.
When I auditioned for this play originally, we had to come up with something that went wrong, like as if you were in an audition and something was going wrong in the audition and you had to sort of present something. So I did like a makeup tutorial that was going wrong, but then during it I actually reacted to the stuff I was putting on my face. So I ended up just slowly swelling and going red in front of like the director, all the writers, and just having to be like, yeah guys, this actually has genuinely gone wrong and I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom and wash my face. It was terrible.
There was a show called The Comedy About a Bank Robbery that we did in London a couple of months ago, and it's still running in the West End. I once lost my voice in that show. About halfway through, completely lost my voice. My understudy was on as someone else, so there was no backup. I had to keep doing it. So my solution to that was to whisper all of my lines for the second half of the show. It's the only thing I could do. I couldn't make a sound. And so I did every single scene just like this, as a sort of intense, whispering gangster.
I broke my foot. Not during a show, but in a rehearsal right before. When we do a show called Peter Pan Goes Wrong, and I was being Tinkerbell and I was dancing too hard, and I just jumped and did a crazy jump and just my foot snapped.
I cracked a vertebrae, which was a lot of fun, and hadn't sort of realised it had happened, and it was one of those kind of like, there's a pain, there's something wrong. It was about the interval, just carried on with the rest of the show, and then at the end, sort of once the adrenaline of doing the show ran out, it was just like, yeah, I can't walk, something's gone wrong.
I was in a production of Medea when I was at drama school, and I was the child, and I had to be dragged on as a dead body, and Medea had to cry over my body, and I had no top on, and I had to cover myself in blood. And the blood got really sticky and tacked the floor, so my body just wouldn't move. And Medea was pulling me, going like, my son, oh my God, he won't move. As I was pulled along, I was pulled out of my trousers and pants like a glove and a hand, revealing a lot more than the audience were ready for. And I had to just gently pull my pants up as a dead body.
I did an amateur production of Kiss Me Kate when I was about 17 or something. And the first couple of scenes I was in a dressing gown, and what would usually happen was I'd go off stage, put my sort of Shakespearean garb, trousers over my tights, put my dressing gown back on, and then go back on stage and take my dressing gown off on stage. But I got chatting to someone in the wings, completely forgot to put my trousers on, went back on stage, started the scene, opened my dressing gown and just felt the breeze.
We have another show called Peter Pan Goes Wrong that we actually, it was on BBC this year at Christmas, and there's a moment in the show, again a little spoiler, where I'm meant to fly as Wendy, but I don't, and my clothes get ripped off into the fly line and I'm in my underwear. Now of course it's theatre, so it's very safe, very family friendly, and I have these giant pants on, over tights, and a big bra, so it's fine. And I have this moment where I go, oh my gosh, the audience can see me, my bra, my pants, how embarrassing. And on one of the first shows in the West End when we did it last year, I went, oh my God, my bra, no pants, no knickers. I hadn't put my show knickers on. So it was just these nude coloured tights over my body, and I looked like a strange Barbie doll with no knickers on.
I wish that there was a funny answer. I think it's when Harrison Ford was injured during the shooting of Force Awakens and he broke his leg. It was horrific. But I will say that as dangerous as The Play That Goes Wrong looks, they're very safe.